Kelly, Ripa, and Mark Consuelos aren't ready for their youngest son to graduate. On the Thursday, April 17th episode of Live with Kelly and Mark, the married co-hosts shared that their 22-year-old son, Joaquin, is graduating from college in 2 weeks. The youngest of Ripa and Consuelos' children, Joaquin, has attended the University of Michigan for the past 4 years, and his parents have grown rather fond of the city. "We have a graduation coming up at the end of the theoretically, a graduation," Consuelos shared. "Our newborn baby is graduating in 2 weeks, Ripa shared. "We're so not ready. We're not ready to leave Ann Arbor yet," Consuelos replied of the University of Michigan College Town. Ripa teased that she and Consuelos have been urging Joaquin to consider graduate school so they can keep regularly returning to the city. But her son leaving the University of Michigan opens the door for new opportunities. Ripa has been wanting to get a degree from a 4-year university. She suggested to her son that she could attend the same school, but he rejected the idea. "Well, you can't, because I'm here," he told Ripa. "But if he's graduating, he can't stop me. He doesn't own me," Ripa joked. She's not exactly sure what she'd major in, but Ripa might do broadcasting or communications, which would be an easy A. She said she'd be interested in psychology or writing too. Consuelos and Ripa recently traveled to Ann Arbor with their older son, Michael, 27, and daughter Lola, 23, to celebrate their son's 22nd birthday in February. "We spent the weekend with him. We got to spend time with him and his siblings," Ripa shared at the time. "He was in a production of A Few Good Men at the University of Michigan this weekend, which was extraordinary. Extraordinary. And it was senior night for the wrestling team. We had a tale of 2 completely different experiences," Ripa continued. "We were in the theater, and then I did a quick change in the car out of my theater clothes into my wrestling mom clothes. Have you ever looked at your child and felt a kind of time travel whiplash? 1 minute, you're cutting crusts off their sandwiches, and the next, you're helping them pack for college. It's a strange magic, isn't it? The days are long, but the years fly by in the blink of an eye. You think you're prepared for the big moments, the graduations, the first real job. But are you ever truly ready? It turns out, even Hollywood's most famous parents feel the exact same way." Recently, Kelly, Ripa, and Mark Consuelos, a couple we've seen on our screens for decades, admitted something incredibly honest and deeply relatable. As their youngest son, Joaquin, prepared to graduate from the University of Michigan, they confessed that they are so not ready. And that feeling, that mix of immense pride and a touch of sadness, that's what we're going to talk about today. This isn't just about celebrity family life. It's about the universal journey of parenthood. It's about navigating those monumental parenting milestones that leave you cheering for your child's future while your heart aches just a little for the past. We'll explore why these moments feel so overwhelming, the complex emotions that come with them, and how this empty nest transition is not just an ending, but the beginning of a beautiful new chapter. The first thing to understand about that not ready feeling is what I call the parenthood time warp. Do you remember bringing your child home for the first time? The sleepless nights felt endless. The toddler tantrums seemed like they'd last an eternity. Yet, looking back, it all feels like a blur, a collection of snapshots. Psychologists talk about how our perception of time changes when we're experiencing routine versus new events. The early years of parenting are filled with so many firsts. The first word, the first step, the first day of school. These are powerful, memory-encoding moments. But as kids get older, routines set in, and suddenly, years start to blend together. Then, a huge milestone like a college graduation appears on the horizon, and it feels like it came out of nowhere. Kelly and Mark have often shared anecdotes about their children growing up, and this latest chapter with Joaquin, their youngest, marks a particularly poignant moment. He was the baby of the family, and his departure for college in Michigan was the first time they were official empty nesters, an experience Kelly once described as brutally painful. It's that sudden realization that a whole era of your life, the hands-on, day-to-day parenting era, is closing. It's no wonder parents feel unprepared. You've been living in the beautiful chaos for over 2 decades, and then suddenly silence. Let's break down the core emotions at play during these parenting milestones. On one hand, there is an explosion of pride. For Kelly and Mark, watching Joaquin thrive at the University of Michigan, joining the wrestling team, and finding his path in the drama program is a testament to their love and support. For any parent, seeing your child walk across that graduation stage is the culmination of years of hard work, theirs and yours. It's the ultimate "we did it" moment. But tangled up with that pride is a powerful sense of nostalgia, which can sometimes feel a lot like grief. You're not just celebrating a graduation, you're mourning the end of childhood. You're saying goodbye to the little person who depended on you for everything. This is the heart of the empty nest transition. It's the shift from a home filled with the noise and energy of children to a quieter, different space. This transition represents both an ending and a beginning, stirring up a mix of excitement and sadness. What's so powerful about hearing public figures like Kelly and Mark voice these feelings is that it validates the experience for everyone. It reminds us that behind the glamour of celebrity family life, the fundamental human emotions are the same. They too have spent years visiting their son in his college town, and now that chapter is closing. The parents joked they were trying to find ways to prolong it, even suggesting he go to grad school, because they just weren't ready to let go. So, what happens after the graduation caps are thrown and the last box is moved out of the dorm? This is where the journey gets really interesting. Your role as a parent undergoes its most significant transformation yet. You are shifting from a daily caregiver to a trusted consultant. This can be a tricky adjustment. For years, you've been the planner, the protector, the rule enforcer. Now, you have to learn to step back and let your adult child lead their own life. Kelly and Mark have touched on this, sharing that the advice they now give their adult children is slow and steady wins the race, and that often, the less we say the better. They recognize that kids are less likely to take direct advice from their parents at this stage, so quiet support becomes the new strategy. This phase of the empty nest transition is a parenting milestone in itself. It's about building a new type of relationship, one based on mutual respect and friendship. It's about watching them make their own decisions, and yes, even their own mistakes, and being there to cheer them on or offer a listening ear, but not to solve their problems for them. It's a beautiful, and sometimes challenging, dance of letting go. If you're approaching one of these milestones and feeling so not ready, please know you are not alone. It's a sign of how much you love and how deeply you've invested in your role as a parent. So, how can you navigate this emotional transition? First, acknowledge your feelings. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel a sense of loss. Give yourself the grace to experience those emotions without judgment. Second, celebrate everything. Make the graduation not just about the diploma, but about the entire journey. Plan a family dinner, create a photo album, share memories. When Joaquin graduated, the entire family, including his older siblings Michael and Lola, flew in to be there, turning it into a major family celebration. Third, start dreaming about your own next chapter. What have you put on hold while raising your kids? Kelly even joked about enrolling at the University of Michigan herself to take classes in psychology or writing. While she may have been kidding, the sentiment is real. This is a time to rediscover your own passions and interests. And finally, communicate. Talk to your partner, your friends, and even your child about how you're feeling. Sharing the experience makes it less daunting and opens the door for a new, more adult level of connection with your son or daughter. The journey of parenthood is a constant series of hellos and goodbyes. From the first day of kindergarten to college graduation, we are always preparing our children to leave us. And when that day comes, it's natural to feel so not ready. But that feeling isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign of profound love. It's the beautiful, painful, wonderful cost of raising someone you adore. As Kelly, Ripa, and Mark Consuelos are experiencing with Joaquin, the end of one chapter is simply the prelude to another. The relationship doesn't end. It evolves. And that evolution can be one of the most rewarding parts of being a parent. So, if you're in the midst of one of these major parenting milestones, take a deep breath. You've done an incredible job. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And for more conversations about family, growth, and navigating the beautiful mess of life, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thank you for watching.